Welcome to SVG-TV News for Tuesday, December 30th. I'm Jimmy Prince for the details. Government, along with the Commissioner of the Otley Hall Inquiry, are now expected to pay legal costs of at least $500,000 to former Prime Minister Sir James Mitchell. This follows the Privy Council's ruling on December 18th in the Mitchell versus the Otley Hall Inquiry matter. On his weekly Law and Due program on Monday, December 29th on SVG Television, lawyer panel Campbell QC read excerpts and provided a brief explanation of the judgment. Campbell explains that the Privy Council in its ruling agreed with Sir James that the interim report by Commissioner Justice Ephraim Georges had indicated a settled bias against him, and that Justice Georges should take no further part in the commission. Campbell states, as a result, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Commissioner of Otley Hall Inquiry now have to pay the legal costs for Sir James in the High Court, the Court of Appeal, and the cost incurred before the Privy Council.
Sir James has already made a public statement that his costs amount to more than $500,000. Whether that was the final, would be the final figure worked out on an assessment remains to be seen. Suffice it to say that his costs would be enormous. But the public understanding of this matter must embrace the notion that the Privy Council has said that Justice Georges should not take any further part in the Commission of Inquiry set up to inquire into the failure of the Otley Hall project. That means that for there to be an inquiry, some new person will have to be appointed as commissioner, and that person will have to start from scratch. In other words, nobody can be appointed to carry on where Justice Georges left off.
Campbell says the ball is now in the government's court as to how to respond in these circumstances, and that the judgment means that the inquiry will now have to start all over again.
Whether the government considers it in the public interest to start the inquiry all over again is a matter for the government to decide as a matter of policy and principle. But you can take it from the judgment that to all intents and purposes the Otley Hall inquiry has been closed down. I'm not saying it can't be restarted, but if it is restarted, it will have to be from beginning with a new commissioner. We already know that the Commission of Inquiry has consumed millions of dollars, and it will be for the government to consider what to do next. For the time being, it is appropriate for me to congratulate Sir James on the courage of his convictions, because when others were telling him, boy, you lost in the courts below, you lost in the Court of Appeal, why are you wasting time to go before the Privy Council, you would lose again? He persisted.
2014 has been a challenging year for members of the police force here. However, Commissioner of Police Michael Charles says amidst the challenges, they did well. In an interview with SVG-TV News earlier today, Charles has said while we have seen an increase in murders compared to 2013, there has been a decrease in other crimes across the country.
2013, we have 27. 2014 this year, we have 37. 27 of these killings done by way of firearms. With regards to sexual assault, last year we have 187. This year we had 162. With rape, we have 27 last year. This year is 44. Attempt rape, we had 3 last year. This year, 6. Intercourse with a girl under 15. Last year, we had 28. This year is 42. Intercourse with a girl under 13. Last year was 56. This year, 19. Last year, robberies were 104. This year, 65. Robbery with firearms, last year was 43. This year, it's 25.
Commissioner Charles also pointed out that burglary is on the decrease compared to 2013.
Burglaries last year was 906. This year, 777. And to give a breakdown in these burglaries, aggravated burglaries last year was 24. This year, it's 24. Burglary from dwelling houses last year was 607. This year, 495. And the burglary on buildings last year was 275. This year, 258. With regards to jugs, last year was 264. This year, 251. And you must know that we still have one minute to finish 2014. So let's hope that we can keep it just like that.
Meanwhile, the police commissioner has described the Christmas 2014 as a peaceful one for the force as it relates to crime.
Satisfactory with regard to the police, because Kingston was flooded with police, plain clothes and uniform. Because as you aware, we just had a batch of 51 police personnel passed out. So we were able to flood the streets of Kingston and the environs. Now, one of the things that I can see is that this Christmas season, we know Christmas as a season of peace, and we can say we had a peaceful Christmas with regards to criminal activities. There were the few in-between cases where people were tricked with the three card players. Right? But other than that, we didn't have much report of any incidents of pickpocketing, etc.
The future of the local tourism industry is going to be good. That's according to Chief Executive Officer of the Tourism Authority, Glen Beach. In an interview with SVG-TV News, Beach said while the country itself is a great product, improvements needed to be made in areas such as customer service. He pointed out that the government is trying to bring about change in this area, particularly with the soon-to-be established Hospitality and Marine Institute.
That is St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a great product. There's some things that we have to do better, and I think eventually it will happen. Our customer service, we need to improve on that, and that's not just the Ministry of Tourism or the Tourism Authority or National Parks. That's a matter for every single Vincentian. We're still doing some things half-heartedly, which we need to correct. I think with the Hospitality and Marine Institute coming on stream and being constructed out at Diamond, that when that is completed and we're able to get those sessions in place, that will help us in terms of our customer service training, in terms of the marine sector, which is our largest sector, and also in terms of culinary arts and that sort of thing.
Chanel Hansen of Myro, now residing at Roseau in the Sand Hill area, has been committed to stand the trial at the next practical sitting of the criminal assizes. She's facing 2 separate charges of robbery and assault causing actual bodily harm. The order was handed down this morning by Chief Magistrate Rishon Brown Matthias at the conclusion of a preliminary inquiry looking into the circumstances to determine whether a case was made out for her to answer at the High Court. Hansen is accused of depriving Livingston Phillips of Byra of a pair of jeans that contained $800, a cellular phone, and other items which amounted to $1,074. The incident is said to have occurred on September 27, 2013 in the vicinity of the Agriculture Input Warehouse in Kingstown. James Lenny Warren has won the 2014 Christmas edition of the Singing with the Stars competition. The event was held on Sunday, December 28th at Huffles Ranch. The best of 8 was selected from a group of 16 singers to compete in the finals. The winner received a SWTS trophy, $300 in cash, a food basket, along with other gifts. The karaoke competition, which started on December 16, 2014, was judged by the audience each Sunday night at Huffles Ranch, where 6 persons were selected for the televised program that is aired on SVG television every Friday at 8:30 p.m., hosted by Georgetta Auntie G. Nanton and Roxton Millington.